Welcome to this week's edition of the Owl and the Pussycats. Interesting panel for you today and some interesting questions. Keep the questions coming in. lisa.jordan@ctv.co.nz. We can always do with more. The problem we get, of course, is we get so bogged down with some of the questions that we have to miss some out during the week. But we'll try and get to them as best we can. But let's meet the panel. First up, Mercy Cornish, who is a familiar face, I would think, to CTV. In a lot of various capacities, she seems to pop up. Well, she's on the panel, bringing some life to the show, we hope, and an honours degree in media and communication, political science. The thing I really like about her, have a look at her. She's a hunting, shooting, fishing girl. Loves to get out there in the rough and tough, Mercy.
I do, I really do. I love the outdoors.
Yeah.
Actually got a bit of venison in my freezer as we speak, so that's always good.
Who shot it?
I didn't actually shoot this one, but I was there. I was on the trip.
Yeah, almost counts.
I helped carry it out, so that counts. Yeah.
Heather Giles is our another guest with us. Took up teaching at the age of 45 and has an illustrious career, been in the UK and also very heavily involved in drama and theatre production, etc. Welcome to you, Heather, again. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You've had a good week?
Great week.
Great week. Well, that's all we can hope for, isn't it? Kirsten MacArthur is a flight attendant with my airline, Air New Zealand, but she's also a mother of two wee ones and has got a house husband who's very practical. So I'm pleased he didn't come on the show because we'd have nothing to talk about because I'm actually retarded with anything like that needs to be done. But yeah, lovely to see you, Kirsten. You've been around the place last week or so?
Yeah, a bit of busy week.
Yeah. At this time of the year, some of the flights can be absolutely magnificent, can't they?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
just the snow and the
going
Alps.
into Queenstown, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, makes
At
you
the
proud.
other times it can be bloody awful, you know, when there's a southerly going 100 mile an hour, but
Yeah.
that's all right.
Turbulence.
Yeah, turbulence, yeah. Well, do you actually call it turbulence? No, what do the pilots now say? They've changed the terminology for it. It could be a few bumps.
I think they call it a few bumps to make it sound a bit more friendly.
Is turbulence a swear word?
Yeah, it terrifies people. Yeah.
Well, we might get a letter at some stage if you do have a fear of flying, honestly, because there's an awful lot of people that do, I've got to tell you. And you must strike that on a daily basis, people
All the time.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say 80% of the people on the flight don't really want to be there. They want to get where they're going, but they don't like the flight part.
Yeah, it is a metal cage you're in, isn't it? A pencil. You good on the flying, Heather, or not?
No, the long haul flights, I was put off those. I've got a son who lives in London and I'm loath to go and see him because after I visited the Lockerbie Monument in Scotland, it gave me a great fear of flying, that terrible disaster. People just blown out of the sky.
Yeah.
I actually love flying.
Yeah.
Cup of tea, a biscuit, maybe some chippies if you're lucky.
Yes.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? I have a nap. I am actually, but
You're
I have
the one
a
that
nap.
exhausts Kirsten right up down the aisle looking after you.
I read a book.
I must admit, the last time I came back from UK, I must admit, we came down the corridor of peace or something they call it, or whatever it is, from Dubai down. There's a lot of dodgy land around. I just hope the pilot kept it straight. Anyway, it's not about me. This is Zoe from Christchurch. And I bet this happens a lot, but Mercy, you may know about this. I'm in a flatting situation which is going fine, apart from one of my flatmates not paying the bills. Always happens, I reckon. He always seems to have the money to drink and go out, but when it comes to time to pay the bills, he puts an IOU out every time. He still owes me money and I can't afford to keep paying his share. How do I approach this without causing drama in the flat? Before I go to Mercy, there are thousands of people looking to rent at the moment. Get rid of him, chuck him out. What would you do, Mercy?
I actually kind of agree. I think in this situation, you just have to tell it to him straight. You have to say, hey, look, if you can't pay, you need to get out. This is what you owe us. Give us the money.
Betty doesn't do the dishes either.
Betty doesn't. Piles them up. But yeah, when it comes to payment in a flat, it's just got to be done. You know, everyone's got to pay. They've got to pull their weight because otherwise you can't have other people picking up the slack. It just doesn't work like that. Yeah. So she needs to have a conversation.
Well, there's an old saying, neither a lender or a borrower be. Now, they've both made a mistake here because he should never have lent and she should never have borrowed. But she's clearly a very diplomatic person. I'd be sitting down with him and saying, look, you've got to start paying me back, and when he stops paying her back, then he has to leave the flat and she goes to the small claims court, and she doesn't threaten, she promises.
Right.
You've got to set a timeline,
You know, it's no good just saying, well, clear off, because she's left with money owing to her. So if you can do it diplomatically, that might be the best way to do it initially.
What about introducing a trial? So, look, you know, we'll do the next 4 weeks, and if you're up to scratch, that's fine.
You have to have an end date, otherwise it just trickles on forever. And
Do you used to flat?
Yes, I did used to flat.
Did you ever have a rat bag flatter?
Oh, I had some
filthy people. Oh, not. Yeah.
They were the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it
I only
really?
flirted with boys for some reason. I don't know
Is that
why.
right? Yeah.
Mother hen, but yeah, I don't know.
Because
Drama.
you can make
Less
things.
drama, more cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercy, are you flirting at the moment?
I am actually, although it's not really student flatting. When I was student flatting, very cold, disputes about when the heat pump was going on and off, where I actually live with a person who owns the house, so it's a lot more relaxed now. But when I was student flatting, there was always disputes about who had done the dishes and who had left their fork on the bench, and
So Zoe, time trial, they get a month, okay, take it or leave it. He knows the rules beforehand, it's not going to come as a surprise. If he doesn't pay, get the money and he's up the gully, so that's good. Okay, John from Rangiora. Hi guys, I'm a parent of a wonderful child with a disability. It's very difficult for me to go out and do normal everyday, I hate that word normal too by the way, everyday things with her without others staring and making comments. I don't want my daughter growing up feeling like she's an outcast because of something she can't help. Why are people so rude? Any suggestions on how to deal with people like this? John, my only comment I'd make to you, I just hope it's not a Rangiora thing, because I've noticed a huge acceptance now of people with disabilities as I move around. Heather, the same with you?
I've thought about this one, and I don't know the disability the child has got. But I think every time he takes his child out, his attitude has to be happy, joyful. Every experience has to be good for the kid, because she will feel it. She'll feel it if he's tense. And actually, we're a curious lot, human beings, and we will look. But most people wouldn't be unkind, I wouldn't think. But if his attitude to everybody all around him and to the little person is happy and joyful, and we're going to have an adventure and we're going out, it will permeate and people will pick up on this. And I'd like to think that most people would be just curiously looking. I don't think they would comment.
Do you know, I've got, as I said, I've got 2 little boys at home, and they are so curious. They go out, they see someone who is a little different to them outside their normal, and they want to look. And you know, that social etiquette is a little bit vague. Like, what do you say to them? I want them to.
I think he's talking about adults.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He's talking about
it
adults.
starts as a child, doesn't it?
Adults are often immature and they don't understand the hurt they're giving. But
Plus they were
it's up
brought
to
up
him,
at a
really.
different time.
Yeah, but it's up to him. I think it's up to him. If his attitude is happy, joyful.
Hate to
has
see
have
the
that
daughter get penalised
unconditional
though, Mercy, wouldn't you?
Well, I agree. You can only really focus on you and your daughter.
Yes.
So you can only you can't change people's attitudes and you can't make them think something different.
Definitely.
People are always going to stare at things that are different from them. It's just the way we are.
Take the word normal out of the letter as well, please, John. Find that offensive. Back in a moment with more of your questions on the Owl and the Pussycats.
When you need to know what's happening in your region of Canterbury, join me, Chris Lynch, for CTV News First at 5, weeknights from 5, right here on your local channel, CTV.
Computer not working? Replace or repair? DIY or get a technician? Looking for parts? Thinking of upgrading? Need accessories? You've got questions, we've got answers. Global PC.
The preparation, the devotion, the fearlessness, the intensity. Runway model management. First impressions are everything.
Measure interiors, made with care, made for you.
Join Graham Sinclair and the team at Gone Fishing as they bring you great stories, fishing tips, and beautiful scenery. Gone Fishing, Friday night at 8:30, right here on CTV.
Interested in this one too, because this is from George of St Albans, and I actually have a bit of empathy with you, I think, George, but I think by the sound of it, I'm a bit older than you are. I've noticed my hearing is getting worse. Pardon? Okay, just joking. And I worry it will get so bad my life and job will be severely affected. I'm already embarrassed by having to ask people to repeat things over and over. I'm only in my 20s. I know I need to see a specialist, but I'm scared of finding out how bad things really are. Okay, what do you do? Well, yeah, it's not going to get any better. That would be the first piece of advice I'd give. You're scared? Yeah, nothing really to be scared about, I wouldn't think. Who's suffering from a hearing?
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an age thing, I think, probably with us.
It's an age thing with me, certainly. And my kids, my son was talking to me, and I said, what was that? He said, oh, don't worry, I'll send you a text. Yeah. That's the sort of comment I get from my children. But look, why I don't want to genderise this, but why are guys so loath to go to the doctor when they think it could be bad news? Women will, drop of a hat. Women will look after their health. Is this a nature thing where because we're often mothers we have to look after our health, to look after our children? What is it with guys? He should be going to the doctor, absolutely.
Because I also feel the fear, like if something's wrong with me, I put it off and I put it off. I don't want to go. There might be something really wrong with me. I don't want to, you know.
I knew you had male genes because you're a hunt and shoot fishing person.
Yeah, what can I say?
Stop right there, Mercy. Are you a mother yet?
No,
that's the point I'm making. Mothers tend to look after themselves because they've got children to look after.
Yeah, I can see that point of view, but I too have, if there's ever been an issue that I've suspected, I've built it up in my mind so much that that part is actually way worse than going and finding out what it is, making a plan and seeing it through.
Your job, you'd have to have regular medicals anyway, wouldn't you?
No.
They used to, didn't they?
Yeah, I think the pilots do.
Yeah.
No, he's got to go to the doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. Stop putting it off. It's not going to be as bad as you think.
And I know that's bad luck at 20, but, you know, they're so minute now, aren't they, the hearing aids? You wouldn't even know.
And then he won't have to keep asking people, what's that?
Correct.
You know?
Yeah,
no one will
definitely.
know.
Yeah, I've got a mate that is just now a pain in the arse to talk to. You
Yeah,
know, he
that's what my
literally
children say.
A, he doesn't listen, and B, he can't. You know, so he's got a double whammy. So yeah, I have a crack at him. Right. Now, this is an interesting question because we're going to dwell a bit with Kirsten with this one, but this is what we asked the people of Canterbury, is that winter's approaching. Canterburyans are still dealing with cold houses post-earthquake. And I actually can see that sticking out a mile, but what did people think on the streets?
I have been there and done that, and no, I wouldn't want anyone to go through that.
I'm quite happy to be in Christchurch, but I think they need to do something about the homes for children.
I feel very sorry for the ones over in the east side. They really are struggling.
Yeah, if you were over in the east side,
I'd be gone.
I'd rather be somewhere else, on the Gold Coast.
I'm quite warm where I am, so I like Canterbury.
Yeah, I'd rather stay in Canterbury.
Oh, I'm happy to stay in Canterbury, but I feel very sorry for, I don't have that problem, but I feel very sorry for the people who over on the east who do have the problems of cold homes.
No, I'd stay in Canterbury. I've moved from the cold side of town over to here where it's a lot warmer. I come from the east side. My house was badly damaged, so I'm quite happy over here where it's warmer.
I'm probably like a lot of Cantabrians. I love the seasons in Canterbury, but gee, I hate the cold. I really do. Yeah, you'd sooner be on a tropical island, you told me. So yeah, you don't like the cold much either.
No, I don't. I actually have a warm house
you
at the
came from
moment.
Wanganui, for God's sake. We've never had a summer.
Although I was born in Invercargill, so yeah. But we moved, you know, to get away from that because there was actually ice on the inside of the windows at times. But yeah, I actually live in a warm flat, but I would much rather be in Fiji right now, sunning it up, getting a tan. Yeah.
Kirsten, you're on the east side. Yep. A common problem still, or is some progress being made?
Oh, there's such a spectrum. We live in a really warm house. We're really lucky. We had a lot of our earthquake work done really fast. But there's our neighbours. They're not in the same situations as us.
Right.
Yeah.
I do see some people out there wearing daft clothing in the winter. That's the only thing I would say, Heather. And they, it's a short sleeve shirt because they want a lot bulletproof.
It's hot in here.
Well, you see,
no, not in here. I've got it outside. Yeah.
Well, I'm one of the unusual people. I actually love winter. I love snuggling up, and I've got an old, over 100-year-old cottage, which is due for demolition very soon. So it is cold. But I don't mind that. I'm lucky to be in my own home until it's demolished, so I consider myself lucky. I've got a log burner, ECAN approved log burner.
You like that?
And I love it.
Yeah.
But I do feel sorry for the older people. I'm older, but I mean for older than me, and for families with children. I think it's very, very hard.
Yeah.
And it's just life. We just have to put up with the hardship sometimes, don't we?
Yeah.
And,
Your wee
and
ones
hopefully
are
it come
okay?
right.
Yeah, they're good. You know, like, as you say, we live in a community. Everyone's got a family, friends, a neighbour.
Yeah.
You can't warm their houses for them, but you can invite them over for a cup of tea. You can make them a pot of soup.
Who does that?
I do.
Yeah, well, who else does? Yeah.
You've got to reach out and warm other people's homes in different ways.
The love of winter, every weekend I do a great big pot of veggie soup, really good stuff, you stand your spoon up in. And I had a friend call round just on the way home from work last night. I said, well, you can have tea or coffee, wine, or a mug of soup. She said, oh, could I have this soup?
Awesome.
It's so nice to actually offer that sort of thing to people in the winter.
Yeah.
Because
You
you're
can't do the
a
same in summer.
homemaker, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah.
You love baking and you love soup. Do you make soup?
I do make soup.
Yeah. What's your favourite?
We're doing a lot of pumpkin at the moment because it's nice and easy. But
Because we've got pumpkins.
Lots of pumpkins, yeah.
You're a foodie.
Yes, yeah.
That's part of the reason I think people feel the coldest too, because they don't seem to eat the right sort of food. I don't reckon.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think in winter you get home from work, it's dark, and you kind of just want to go to bed. And so a lot of the time people aren't really, they're just eating a wee snack and then heading to bed, where you actually do have to make sure that you are eating proper food.
You've got to nourish yourself.
Yeah, you do.
And this is where the pot of veggie soup comes in, girls, because you put every veggie in the world in it, and it lasts the week,
I've yet
and
to
it's
master the
nourishing.
veggie soup. What's really good too is if you make a huge pot of soup and then you put it in freezer bags and put it in the freezer, and then you've got it ready to go when you get home and you don't feel like cooking in the winter.
It's always there. The other thing, of course, to keep warm is it comes at a cost, doesn't it? And some people are really hurting and finding the power bill's just astronomical to keep warm.
Yeah.
I still miss the open fire. I grew up with one, and often on a wet Sunday afternoon I think, God...
Do you have a log burner?
No, I don't.
The heat pump's not quite the same, is it?
On the people trying to save money, there's some guy in the office, an editor, Hayden, I've just put his name out there, he's actually choosing not to use any heating in their flat. So they are doing heating free to save money on bills.
But see, he's all right. He's 7'11" tall. So he goes through the cold barrier and gets up to the heat.
He's not paid enough to be able to heat himself.
Yeah, you chop him up. When we come back, we'll go to part 3 of the Owl and the Pussycat as we discuss more of your issues. lisa.jordan.co.ctv.co.nz. There we are. Well, close to it anyway. We'll come back and do it again.
Kids television is right here on CTV. Tune in every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. for an exciting range of fantastic kids programming. Join in with all the fun Saturday mornings from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on CTV.
At Bowden Environmental, we specialise in all aspects of resource management, so you don't have to deal with the paperwork. With the skills and knowledge to organise any environmental work, we can guide you through the process from start to finish. From organising consents and farm environmental plans to pump and well testing, Bowden Environmental has it covered. Save time and remove the stress. See the specialist. Bowden Environmental. Computer not working? Replace or repair. DIY or get a technician. Looking for parts? Thinking of upgrading? Need accessories? You've got questions, we've got answers. Global PC.
Come on down to Ferrymead Golf. Care for a game of paintball? How about some swings on the old driving range? Or on our par 3 9-hole golf course? Test your skills on the mini golf course or have a go at the airgun shooting range. Then relax at the Wow Cafe with one of our super succulent Wow Burgers. Whether you want to perfect your swing or are looking for a fun family day out, Come down to Ferrymead Golf, 50 Ferrymead Park Drive, right next to the Ferrymead Heritage Park.
Arts 21 showcases the vast creative talent and minds that are making a name for themselves in Europe and beyond. Think outside the square with Arts 21.
Welcome back. I must admit, when I read Tim's letter from Belfast, I actually got the word wrong to start with, and it's pretty simple. I'm just wondering if is monogamy outdated? I thought you'd about mahogany, because we've shifted house and all the mahogany furniture is gone. So, okay, is it old-fashioned? Is it still in vogue? What's the go?
Is it out of vogue? I mean, I've had a couple of marriages and a couple of long-term relationships, and I believe in monogamy. I don't think... is it out of vogue?
Well, it's not at our house.
Because I must be
just
a very
lack of
loyal
opportunity
person.
or what?
No.
I must be a very loyal person because I don't think that it's been out of...
I don't think it's out of vogue either,
Fashion.
and I'm, you know, the younger generation.
yeah.
So I do think, though, open relationships are becoming more acceptable. So there's a lot more people who are in open relationships who have more than one partner.
I could be bothered.
But personally, to me, that doesn't really resonate.
Lovely, Kirsten, speak up a bit. What do you say?
I think I could be bothered, honestly.
Enough trouble with one, have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't like sharing. That's my issue.
Oh, so we don't think it is, Tim from Belfast, but
I don't think it is.
it is. Is it more difficult now to maintain a lifetime relationship? Is there more pressure for it to go wrong, break up, fall over, upside down? I don't know.
Oh, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that, but I think society is moving towards freedom and do what you like and being with one person stuck down for the rest of your life. That is a little bit archaic.
Heather and I came through the San Francisco flower area, didn't we? Hey, bye, crow, free love and let's
the
go.
60s, well, the 60s, I was burdened down with about 5
I was
children
going to
at the
say,
time, so I
it missed
didn't
me
have
as
much
well,
fun.
so don't feel bad. Yeah, that's all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's just a cycle then. I don't know.
There were a lot of people having a lot of fun doing it, but it just didn't include Heather and myself. That was the only problem. Yeah, but it is it's a big commitment, but it's no bigger than it used to be. Is it the commitment?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think finances are different. We got married. I was quite young, and my husband was quite young, and we made do with second-hand everything. But these days, young ones get married and want new lounge suites, new everything, and it's the financial commitment. And I think finances put a lot of strain on relationships, and it's sad.
And perhaps longer working hours. You know, that they
I don't know
don't
about the
spend
working
the
hours,
amount
but
of
all I
quality time
think is
together.
just finances. I think you know, if we were all well off, I think there'd be a lot more happy marriages.
They all want to start like mum and dad are finishing.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of house, that sort of content.
Do you also think social media has something to do with it? We're a lot more engrossed in our tablets and our phones, and we're not really living in the now anymore. We're living in the internet realm. So do you think people are just more distracted? They're
You're
too
probably
busy.
seeing more people having fun as well via social media.
Yeah. They're too busy
We
on
didn't
their
know what went
social
on
devices.
next door, Heather, did we?
How many times have you been into a restaurant and seen quite a young couple, like you two young women, quite a young couple at a table for two, lovely restaurant, all the muted lighting, and they're both on their damn whatevers.
All the time.
And all the time.
Yeah.
So they're not conversing.
There's
They're
not
not
that
sharing good
conversation
time.
anymore. Or worse, the mum and dad on their devices and the kids on their devices.
That's true.
Righto, dear Tim, let's go to Joe, who says thanks. We haven't even answered it yet, but never mind. She says, Kia ora, Pete. I've just gone through a bad breakup and wondering if you and the ladies would share some of your own bad breakup stories. Might be good to be able to have a laugh about them now. Yeah, I think they're horrific at the time, if my memory serves me correct. But the world went on. Yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah, things okay. Yeah, okay. Fair bit of pain to get the gain, I think, in the end. But that's just my experience. Righto, let's go. How many? Well, you've had a couple of hubbies.
Well, I never had my heart broken. Nobody left me, actually. I left them. So
you broke a lot of hearts?
I don't know about that. I'm sure they're very relieved to see the back end of me. But no, I was... so I can't really talk like that. But even then it was pretty gut-wrenching to make such a big decision and go out on your own more than once. So honestly, I have to be honest and say, I can't look back and see any laughs.
Yeah.
No. Hey, like you, Pete, I've survived, I'm well, I'm happy with my life. But at the time, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I did the leaving, so Yeah, no laughs for me when I look back. No.
I have a bit of a laugh. It was a high school boyfriend, so it wasn't very serious. But what was the real clincher was one day we were hanging out and he said to me, you know, me and my friends, we're way cooler than you and your friends. Seriously, not joking, not sarcastically, just we're just so much cooler. Like, you have to admit, I'm really, you know, way cooler than you are. And I just looked at him like, what?
Get a
What
life.
are you even saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was sort of where the relationship, you know, we went our separate ways.
Do you think
Good decision.
Do you think you're starting relationships earlier than perhaps Heather and I did?
Well, I was 18 before I had my first relationship, so
Right.
I was one of the late bloomers.
Yeah.
I didn't actually really talk to guys until about 17.
They didn't wear bloomers then, dear. No, move on. Kirsten?
Oh, no. Oh, I've been with my husband for 16 years.
Yeah.
So any
Love at first
relationships...
sight, was it?
No. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But looking back now, all those relationship breakups that were before that, they're lost in the mist of time.
Yeah.
They were hormone-fueled and crazy, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything.
Seemed hellishly important at the time.
It does. It really does.
It's life-threatening.
Yeah.
Trust me, it
Everything
is not
mellows
life-threatening.
out.
You will
Everything
live
mellows.
again, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick one here from Penny in Christchurch. Hi, I've got a friend who's going through a tough time at the moment. I want to be there to help, but she keeps pushing me away. Common, okay? I don't want to end up pushing things and ruining our friendship, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how you guys feel. Why not just give a bit of love? Okay?
No,
Doesn't cost you anything.
no, Pete, no.
No, you're not wrong.
No, leave her alone. Look, we can be supported with friends as crutches all our lives if we want to be, but the time she's going to spend alone sorting out her own thinking is going to give her strength, and through hurt and things like her friends going through, we get character, we build character. Leave her alone. She doesn't want you there at the moment. Leave her alone, she'll come back to you.
Hard,
No,
isn't it?
you got to lay it out. You've got to tell her she's supported. You're there if you need, if you need me, give me a call. But then just step back and let her
I
sort
think
it
it's
out.
important that she makes it clear, I'm here when you need me.
She's made it clear that she doesn't want her helping her. She's got to leave her alone.
Take some soup round.
I was going to say passive helping's good.
Food,
So just
cake.
leaving food there with,
Yeah.
I don't know, her husband or someone who knows her when she's
But
not
no
there.
pressure, no social pressure, because no one needs that when they're going through a hard time.
Just leave little goodies for her to enjoy and not
Send her a
not
text,
feel
say you're
guilty
awesome,
about.
and just let them know they love. But you don't have to
I
put too
wouldn't
much
even annoy
pressure
her
on
with
her.
a text, to be truthful.
Yeah.
Kirsty. I wouldn't even leave her
very
annoy her with a
hard,
text.
people.
It depends on maybe
What if she ends up depressed
she's
and tops
told
herself?
her she doesn't
Well,
want...
if she tops herself, you'd say, oh, I should have done more.
but she's not in that
She
state.
is.
Because some
Keeps pushing her-
people will feel guilty at accepting help too. That's why I say, if you leave something with, when she's not there, with her husband or
Gee,
someone, she won't feel guilty.
Oh, I've gone home
Sometimes
to the
they do
landlady
need a
for
bit
a
of
bit
a
of love and
push.
cuddle, I think. They're too tough for me, these ones, I've got to tell you. Catch you next week with another Owl And The Pussycat. Lisa.Jordan at ctv.co.nz. Told you I'd get it right in the end. Thanks for your company. Thanks, panel. Catch you next week.